TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Jen, to your point, no moral victories, but we all are extremely proud of what our group did. First, the professionalism. A lot of guys that haven't been getting playing time, and they just stay ready. They come in the gym, they work every day. Billy Hernangomez, Nikhil stepped up, Jose, Najee, Jax, Gary, like our whole squad, they came in tonight just with the mentality that we're going to go after it. And I'm proud of how we fought.
They stepped up individually, but I was impressed with them as a group. There weren't a lot of turnovers. There was a lot of chemistry on the court. For four starters who don't normally start, don't normally play together in those roles, what do you attribute that cohesiveness to?
You know, it's just the diligent work that the coaching staff does every day with the team. Our film work, our execution processes in practice, and the guys understand how we want to play. We want low turnover games. You know, we'll have some because we're a team that believes in passing, and we want a high number of assists. And we did that tonight, 26 assists, only 8 turnovers with pretty much a young group on the floor. It's a credit to the guys. They're buying in, their effort, and we just got to continue to build.
Okay, let's go to Zoom.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Just what did you think about the way Nikhil was able to play tonight? You know, with more of a sporting burden on his shoulders, and was really a step up for you guys tonight.
Nikhil was great. Number one, he took quality shots. If he didn't have them, he got off the ball, got his teammates involved in the game, and he was just aggressive. And you know, he's capable of having nights like this, and we needed his scoring tonight.
And you talk a lot this season about what he can bring you as a scorer. What have you seen the last 2 games with his passing, the way he's got into the lane and found his teammates?
He's starting to see the pictures slowly but surely, and that's the beauty in watching Nikhil, is that when he gets in the lane, he's starting to understand that the defense will collapse on him because he's actually one of our better drivers, and then he's finding the corner pass, finding the slot pass, and we're just looking for guys to continue to take quality shots, but he's doing a great job.
Hey, Coach, to your point about the shots Nikhil took tonight in this game, being really efficient game for him, what do you just feel like are good shots for him? I mean, what were some examples of that tonight?
Well, when he's open, that's a great shot for him. If he gets down the lane and nobody's there, go ahead and finish. Just keep the game simple. It's an opportunity for him to just read the game. And, you know, our offense creates quality shots, setting screens for each other, and Nikhil has some really good looks tonight.
What did you think of what Billy was able to do? Obviously, a difficult matchup just for him to produce the way that he did and play as well as he did tonight.
It's impressive. Billy is he's one of the pillars of our team. Inside the locker room, on the practice floor, and then anytime we call on him, he steps up in a big way. I'm proud of what he did tonight.
Hey, Coach, hope you're doing well.
How you doing?
What did you say about the level of physicality of your team in tonight's game?
I thought we did a great job for the most part. The second half, we just kind of ran out of gas. And, this was a tough game for us, coming in off a back-to-back, playing last night, not getting in until, wee hours of the morning. And, we don't want to make excuses, but we definitely ran out of gas. But the level of physicality, especially to start the game, was at a high level for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the flock. We in this thing. Much love to the fan. Appreciate y'all joining us in this installment of the Pelican post-game report. This one's entitled the Starless Scrappy Pelicans dropped one against the 76ers, 117-107 in the makeup contest. Plus Pels Pacers recap. It's a back-to-back here. Pelicans 1-1 on the back-to-back. DC, this is a remake of the game with we had to take care of business against the 76ers. We were missing a lot of star power, but still scrappy in the effort. So it was I'm still a lot to be proud of. The Pelicans extremely shorthanded, but like I said, they are not shorthanded of Hart. So I'd like to thank all the family members for joining us in the stream. Please hit the like button. Welcome to the show. Big Q DC in the building. DC, let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do nothing but be proud of our guys, as Willie says. I'm proud of their fight. Because let's be honest, man. When we saw today that the Pelicans had enough of this shit, because that's what I took it as when I saw Josh Hart wasn't going to play, Valanciunas wasn't going to play, Devonte Graham wasn't going to play, B.I. was already hurt. I mean, it's simple. The Pels are sending a message to the league like, look, this is too much. So, we're not even going to suit our guys up tonight because we got 3 straight back-to-backs. You know what I mean? So, you got a guy up and coming like Jose Alvarado gets a chance to start for the first time. I thought that was an amazing thing. Nikhil start getting his head screwed on right, which it started last game, which we'll go over later in the show. And he had an excellent game tonight. Billy ain't played, pretty much all month, man. He ain't played all month. He comes out there, gave 29, gave Joel Embiid a little scare early. And, Philly came out, got it together after halftime and applied the pressure, bro. And as Coach said, we ran out of gas. We couldn't take it to that next level. We really didn't have the guys we needed to take the energy up to that next level. But we played at our maximum for as long as we could this game, bro. And I can't do nothing but, be happy with what I saw for that, man. Because we went in that game playing an MVP candidate and another guy who's possible all-star. And we ain't had nothing close to that on our side. And we gave them a fight.
Indeed, we did, man. A scrappy effort led by NAW in this piece, man. He put 31 points in the effort. Like we said, we were shorthanded, but still in all, still a gutty effort by a scrappy Pelican club. 40 of 83 for the Pelicans on the field goal percentage, 48.2. And, of course, you see downtown not so encouraging, 9 of 22 from downtown.
But that's 40%, brother.
Yeah, that's true, DC. 41% right there. Shoot the ball. 18 of 26 by the Pels from the charity stripe. 69.2% from the charity stripe. That needs improvement. The Sixers, 39 of 84 for 46.4%. 10 of 31 from downtown for 32%. 29 of 31 where the Philadelphia 76ers from the charity stripe hit 93.5%. 44 to 39 on the rebounds for the 76ers in that win. And you look at the assist game, Pelicans even up with the Sixers 26-26, 5-4 on the steals, advantage Pels, 8-7 on the blocks, advantage the Sixers, 8-11. You look at the turnover ratio right there with 14 points off by Pels, 17 by Sixers, 19 fast break points by the Pelicans versus 5 by the Sixers, 62-52 points in the paint battle won by our Pelican family. And, of course, you look at the largest lead, 10-12. DC, let's talk about it, man. Scrappy effort indeed by the Pels, man. But is this one of the situations where the charity stripe could have aided in there? And, of course, like I said, offensively speaking, we were shorthanded. and missing some key pieces there. So I don't know, man. I think this is probably one of the situations where I still was encouraged by the fact that how hard they fought in this game. It's just the Sixers had more firepower.
Yeah, most definitely. I was encouraged by how hard they fought as well, and the fact that we had guys like Billy, Jose, Herb,
Yeah.
NAW. They turned in pretty damn good games. You know what I mean? And this is without Bi, without Jonas Valanciunas, without a Devonte Graham, without a Josh Hart.
Yep.
And those guys are our creme de
That's,
la creme. So
man, that's
for
the
these guys
foundation.
to go ever and play and still look like themselves and their game still shines, just a matter of time to me whether they can mesh all that together, man, and combine forces of what everybody does great, take the team to another level with the same group of guys that we got. So what stood out to me though from the stats was the free throws though, man. Obviously, I mean that infamous number 69 in the NBA. Nobody's ever worn the number 69, but we managed to get 69% free throw shooting, and they got 93, man. And I mean Joel Embiid, oh my God, like every time I blinked, seemed like he was going to the foul line. So
Yeah. The
the
referees
way
definitely
they
called
was
us
giving
foul.
him them shots,
Yeah.
when you get there, you had to capitalize. And to be honest, we pretty much we were in this game like the whole time, maybe till like the last 5 minutes, and we just couldn't sustain. I remember looking out there, I'm like, damn, wait a minute, did Herb Jones ever come out the game in the second quarter? I don't even know if Herb got a break in the second quarter because I kept trying to see. I'm like, who are they going to sub in for Herb? Clark wasn't giving us nothing.
Nope.
Temple's out there. Herb must be getting a break now. We're going to come back in. Damn, Herb's still out there.
You see Stan for 19 minutes, first time in a long time in the game.
Hey,
So
yeah, he got some dimes too, bro. He probably had about 5-6 assists. You know what I mean? So it was a lot to overcome, man. We knew that before we watched this game. So for them to even get close to me is a victory. And it just speaks to the testament of the culture we building with this team. And also that Philadelphia would have got their ass bust if they wouldn't have been able to cheat and lie about their little COVID player last time and get the game rescheduled, because they played 24 hours later after they called the game off against us. Didn't seem to have a problem playing against the other team. They didn't want to play the Pels at that time. We was pretty hot then. And we're going to be hot again in a little while, not in the not so far away future.
yeah, they played today. Was playing chess and they actually got away with that maneuver. Let's get into the individual statistics here. As you can see, the top scorer for the Pelicans was NAW in the matchup. He finished with 31 points in 37 minutes. He was 11 of 22 from the field, 5 of 9 from downtown, 4 of 7 from the charity stripe, 31 for NAW, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for him. Second big score was Billy Hernangomez in his effort there. 29 points for Billy in 30 minutes of action, 11 of 15 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, 6-7 from the charity stripe. He finished with 29 points and 10 rebounds, a double for Billy. Also, you look
We've
at
been watching a lot of JV, huh?
doing his thing. 12 points for Herb in the matchup in 39 minutes. 39 minutes of action, led all Pelicans with the minutes. 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown. He hit 1 of 1 from the charity stripe. He finished with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And, of course, Herb gives a full effort every night. 11 from Jose Alvarado, the Desperado, in 33 minutes of action. Heavy minutes for Alvarado tonight. 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. He had 11 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and Alvarado doing his thing as well in the matchup. And, of course, missing so many of our key and crucial players in this one, he's still able to give it a gutty effort is a very positive thing. 15 points off the bench from Jackson Hayes in 22 minutes. He was 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from the charity stripe, 15 points, 5 rebounds for him in the matchup. And, of course, nothing really else to talk about besides the 4 from Najee Marshall in 22 minutes of action. Clark really didn't do too much, just 3 points from him in the effort. Temple was off in this matchup in 25 minutes. He just shot 1 of 4 from the field or 2 from downtown. He finished with just 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block for him. And of course, Sato came in there, Satoransky. 19 minutes of action. He was 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from downtown, rusty as hell, but he did give you 5 assists and 1 rebound in the matchup as well. So Pelicans go down 117-107. Scrappy effort. Josh Hart, no NAW. I mean, not NAW. BI, Big V, Hart,
Basically
Graham.
the whole starting lineup. Q.
Right. All of them guys gone. And if you'd had half of them, you'd have smoked these turkeys. But
We missing our whole starting 5, bro. That's crazy.
you still got Herb stuff. But anyway,
Herb would Herb still be starting if Zion wasn't?
No, you did. I'm not even talking about Zion. But Embiid, 42 points from him in effort in 33 minutes, 33 points for Tobias Harris, and the rest of those guys were just filling because it was really Embiid doing his thing and Harris in there chunking in it as well. Let's get into it, DC. Let's talk about the individuals.
First off, man, I'll start with Embiid. Gotta give him
Embiid.
Well, I mean, I want to get a man his props. Q. He had 3 games before this. He was averaging 42 points. He came in and dropped 42 points on.
I got you on there. I thought you was about to go to the Pelican style of stuff, Brian.
I wanted to get that out the way, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wanted to get that out the way.
Going to
Embiid. I thought he was due because down the stretch, this is the guy who beat us. Shout out to them. But 42 points last 4 games now, playing at the MVP level. Shout out to that brother, man. But getting to the Pelican side of things, as Big Q wouldn't have it no other way, and I know y'all wouldn't either.
I was just surprised by that maneuver. You threw a monkey wrench up in there.
I had to give him some props, man. I mean, the dude been playing all his mind, man.
The proppers,
bro.
DC did you by chance were you born in the 90s?
No.
By chance, just asking the question, did you live in a city in California called Bel Air?
No, I don't know what you're getting at there. But I'm an 80s baby all the way up and down.
Okay, I'm just asking questions, bro. Okay, go. Proceed.
Right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Then I would imagine you was born in what, about 62?
Close.
So you got civil rights memorabilia all over your house, huh?
No, say, bro, don't talk about what I got in my house, bro. You just worry about.
All right. Let's move on. It's getting too personal for you. All right. But yeah, man, start off with none other than NAW, man. I gotta give NAW some props, bro, because he's such an enigma with us as Pels fans, man, at the Flock. You love him or you hate him, and some people it's both. Like they love him sometimes and then they hate him. He's almost like what's the super villain off of Batman? Two-Face. He like Two-Face. He's like he got 2 sides. Like one, everybody love Harvey Dent, and then they hate the Two-Face. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, man. He played his ass off tonight.
31. Yeah.
People were mad at him at the other game with Indiana, but I thought he played a pretty damn good game with Indiana too. He did make some mistakes, obviously, but man, this is a real good game. And if NAW can play like this, if we can get I know he can't score 31 every night with the way our team is structured, but if he can play like how we saw him playing in the beginning of the game, first half preferably, you know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit for this guy and making it work with our team, you know what I mean? So shout out to him, man. The brother gave 31. He went 5 from 9 from the 3-point line, got 4 rebounds, gave you 5 assists. And get this, family, NAW gave you 5 assists and 1 turnover. That's the stat I love to see, along with all that other production. Because if he cannot turn the ball over and he can be a secondary creator, that kind of minimizes that dying need we still have for a point guard. But that'll definitely minimize it because you can have a guy like him average around 3-4 assists. You got Josh Hart with his 5 assists or so. JV's obviously doing his thing, getting them assists too. And then you got BI doing what he does. Because you know the one thing I realize about this team, if we can share the basketball and get assists, we can win. Limit the turnovers and get assists, that you're putting wins in the column with this team, man. So it starts defensively with us, and taking care of the basketball. So shout out to NAW for doing all that, taking great shots, and they actually going in because he attacked the paint and took the shots that were open instead of trying to do the dribble, step back. He did a few of them, but they was warranted when he did it tonight. So shout out to NAW. My second guy would be Billy Hernangomez, man. Billy, so just sitting on the bench collecting dust, man. I don't know. We might have to find a way to implement him in the lineup and never have him sit for so long again, because this brother sat for a whole month. And when we need him, going up against arguably the MVP of the season right now. That's pretty funny, Colton. I like that. I'm Fresh Prince of Jamaica, baby. But going up against arguably the MVP of the season right now, Willie Hernangomez, he don't do nothing. We give you 29, 10, assists and a block. You know what I mean? Going up against Joel Embiid. It was so bad that Joel had to drop 42 on him, bro, because Willie Hernangomez was winning this matchup. He was winning this matchup at halftime, so he did all he could, man, and shout out to him, man. Glad to see him out there. And the other guys, Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, Jackson Hayes, all of those brothers made amazing contributions as well, man, and they all played their heart out tonight. I honestly believe if Mr. Jose, as Q put him up there, if he wouldn't have got that, whatever you call it, a neck stinger or whatever, when Joel put that screen on him, man, if we wouldn't have lost him for a lot of them minutes, the game might have been even closer. Because I don't know what it is about Jose, man, but he just has a way of making winning plays. And all I know is when he go out there, if the score is tied, by the time he sit down, we're going to have more points. If we was behind, by the time we sit down, it's going to either be close to being tied or be tied by the time he go back to the bench. So that brother just has a way of doing what needs to be done. And shout out to him, man. I'm so glad we found him and giving him minutes. And hopefully, his light grow, man, and he gets an even bigger opportunity, because I think he might surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, Jose Alvarado is definitely he fits right along with Josh Hart and Herb Jones, right along in that vein.
Since he's been playing with Herb, Q, both of them been getting like 2 assists and 2 blocks like every game. You realize that? Herb been getting like 2 blocks like a game now. Because then went from 1 a game to like 2 now.
Now it's like
some 3-block games with Jose.
I know, and that's the great thing about it, because they scrappy, passionate players. And they bring that even when their offensive game is lacking, the defense never lacking. Alvarado in there getting steals. He's in there getting blocks. He's doing this thing, putting pressure on the opposing team, doing his thing. And like I said, having him and Herb and Josh Hart on this team, man, that brings that hustle and that spirit to the Pelicans that we've been saying, that guttiness, that passion that we crave that this team need to have success. And that's the perfect segue, talking about Alvarado, into the question that Roy presented. Roy says, do y'all think Alvarado has passed KLJ on the point guard depth chart? I'm going to let you take that one first, DC.
Hell yeah, because he hurt. KLJ is hurt right now, so he can't really put up a fight, but he definitely has passed him now. I mean, he's not here. But if he was out there, I don't know. Because honestly, the type of player Jose is, I just feel like in any capacity to have him is great. Like, KLJ might come back and we find a way to play all 3 of them. Devonte Graham, him, and KLJ. Because what Jose does is just, he's so unique and he's different than KLJ. So if anything, I think having Jose around will raise the level of KLJ's game, in my opinion, because it'll just put more pressure on him. The same thing you're starting to see what's happening with Devonte Graham. Devonte Graham said his mama, I'm sure y'all ain't heard, he said his mama texted him at halftime. He said, Jose gonna take your job. And he proceeded to go out after halftime and hit all his goddamn shots, Q.
Mama tried to tell him.
He hit all his shots. But look, and then he come back the next game, which we about to cover, and drop 25 points.
I know.
all because his mama sent him a text
Boy,
said,
I
Jose gonna
tell
take
you
your
what.
job.
Yeah,
So,
they know.
Yeah. So I don't know what KLJ would be with this current influx of chemistry, with the coaching of Willie Green, and I don't know where he would be right now. I mean, KLJ could look similar to Jose as far as just playing better. And obviously he's not gonna play like him, but you get my point. So that's a good question, man. And I would say yes now because KLJ is injured. But if he wasn't, I think it'd be a good battle.
I say he does. He has surpassed him on the depth chart, whether he was healthy or not. And I know it'll be pressure on Willie for a certain perspective because KLJ is a first round draft pick, and they want to try to get some value out of that pick. And we have not really gotten what we feel that we needed to get out of KLJ right now. But the commentary has always been, we know KLJ has the potential, but he doesn't play with the passion, the intensity, the upsetness, the chip on the shoulder mentality that Alvarado has. Undrafted player in the league, living the dream, throwing it, and then you see the difference between KLJ and the barometer.
Appreciate everything.
Everything. It's like, he breathed in the air in the NBA as a player. He's gonna play and fight hard every day to stay in that position. Not saying KLJ doesn't, but in my mind, the barometer, the line is what I watch right now in their development, and both of them are young players, is when Pat Beverly, how both of them handled the big test that which Pat Beverly is to a young up-and-coming point guard in the NBA. How KLJ handled it. He came back on the second go-around.
He
But
got him the second time.
He got him on the second go-around, but look how Alvarado handled him the first time. You see what I'm saying? That just goes to show you that's
a different type of rookie there. Huh?
I'm trying to tell you, it's different now. Now, of course, because KLJ is hurt, you're gonna see Alvarado, but Alvarado's playing with everything that KLJ needs to have. He needs to have that same temperament. If he had Alvarado's temperament and the talent that he has, he would be unstoppable.
He'd probably be an all-star, to be honest.
He would be it's just that simple. Trying to get that guy to understand that, bro. You listen. Is every day you have in the league is a blessing. You're a first round draft pick. Throw it to the wind and play with reckless abandon. Go in there and have fun and just play hard as a sun gun. And that's what Alvarado does, man. So, like I said, man, I really like him a lot, and he fits right in the vein of Herb Jones and Josh Hart. And I'm so happy that we collecting these guys, and that mentality is infectious and is spreading. Damian, what's up?
That was obviously a Willie Green thing to me too, because we went and we made sure we got two guys that were both defensive players of the year in their conference. Yeah. We ain't did nothing like that before Willie Green got here, bro. So,
yeah, that's right.
So when they talked to him about the draft, he ain't start shaking and shit. He
ain't shaking
because he did his research, locked in with the little bit of time he had too, because he was in the playoffs and they went to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have long.
Right.
And he found him some guys he wanted, bro, out that draft, and they took a chance on him on the back end.
Right. But
so
see that
smart play by the Pels. Good work by Willie Green and his team, or whoever helped him put that together, however they did that.
Also, the fact is that Alvarado will get better in the system and will force KLJ to improve.
He will.
He will force him. So that's the type of competition that he needs. Yeah, he will.
I believe in KLJ, man. I know we be hard on him sometimes, but I like that little brother, and I think he's gonna turn into an amazing player for us.
We ain't hard on KLJ. We telling the truth that
brother
needs to be more aggressive.
That's all. And you're right.
That's all I'm saying.
We real over here, man. It's all love, but it's tough love, baby. So sometimes it be a little rough.
Well, I guess so, DC. I guess that's some kind of tough.
We ain't like other fans, bro.
A family members.
Family.
We family members. I'm not fans. All right. Anyway,
no fanatics. No fanatics.
No, absolutely not. No fanatics.
Well, I say we not like other fanatics. We're a family. Okay, that's better.
You can say how you want to say, DC. That's just me, bro. That's just how I look at it. But anyway,
say KLJ ain't it yet.
Damian says Q and DC didn't see the game from working. But why they sit all the guys today but such. We got a lot of guys that were injured. You had Graham that
Come on, Q. Don't do that.
What?
They set them dudes to make a point, man. You know that.
Oh, no. I'm just saying
because Philly
injuries, speaking wise, DC, we had a lot of injuries. Don't spoil it. We had injuries going on today, and this is this is
Yes, all of
this
our egos were injured because Sean Payton retired.
everybody was hurt. So
Everybody
anyway,
was hurt.
yeah, everybody was hurt. So I mean, it's all right, bro. We'll bounce back on this one, man. It's just a good seeing those young guys get all those minutes too, and NAW step in this game. But he's a big part of the success of what needs to happen. All right, DC, let's kind of move on over, bro, to the more happy game of this one, the Pacers against the Pelicans. You can see Graham led the Pelicans in doing his thing today. Let's get in the matchup as the Pelicans recap of the back-to-back matchups. They took care of business, man, against this Pacer club as they defeated them by the score of 117 to 113. Let's dig into this one, bro.
Another good game by the Pels. 7. This good game. We actually came out with a victory. We ain't talking about having a good moral victory as far as in the loss. Devonte Graham really shined bright in this game, as well as Jonas Valanciunas. To me, they were the catalyst for us winning this game. Devonte basically on that night was the guy that we knew he was capable of being when the Pelicans signed him. That got me excited. Gave you what? I think it's like 25, 6 or 5 or something like that assists. We'll get to his stats, but ultimately this game was still a lot harder than it had to be. I'm not going to really harp on us, I guess, letting them kind of get back in the game late because we made a few mistakes there to where we could have had an easier victory instead of having to go down the stretch and hit our free throws and make this play correctly and all of that. We could have closed out the game better. But other than that, it was an impressive showing by the Pels. Obviously, the Pacers were shorthanded, but so are we. So, there's a lot of credit for that, for the Pels. I mean, no BI that night, and we still wound up shooting what? Oh, we shot bad from 3-point percentage. You about to go over that. I don't know why I was thinking we shot a little better. That makes it even more impressive.
6
we shot 20% from the 3-point line, and we still managed to score 117 points. If that ain't hustle, effort, and doing everything you can do, I don't know what the hell it is then, Q.
Yeah, but we might have shot 6 of 30 for 20% from downtown, but we hit 93.5%, 29 to 31 from the charity stripe. So there you go.
I was gonna get to that. That's basically the same number that Philly hit tonight and was able to beat us with. If we would have been able to show up with that type of free throw percentage tonight, maybe it'd been a different outcome with Philly. But yeah, we were pretty much perfect from the stripe. And all I could think about, Q, when I saw that was, man, what I used to always say: free throw percentage is a reflection of coaching. And the Pelicans went out there and had 93%. With no BI. Who's our best free throw percentage wise shooter. So, great game at the line. Great game against Indiana. They definitely had Karis LeVert out there doing his thing, and for a while, Duarte was giving us threats. But the guy Washington, man, that's one thing that kept pissing me off. We just kept leaving him open for these 3-pointers. I don't know why we couldn't get the memo on him. Kept giving him wide open 3-pointers. But other than that, man, the Pels played really well, man, and I liked what I saw. Finally, Q, they locked down and dedicated to dumping that ball in there to JV, and he wound up with a bunch of assists because of it. Because Indiana had no choice but to collapse the defense and try and double them up, which ultimately led to them being in foul trouble as well, and us hitting a lot of them free throws too.
Yeah, this was an interesting matchup, man, between them, and I knew that the Pelicans were going to take it from the Pacers, man, because they were dealing with a lot of injuries, and the Pelicans just came in there and handled up the business. Graham, he did a good job. Josh Hart helped out as well, and Big V did their thing, and of course, like we were saying, man, we did pretty good. Then you had efforts from NAW and Jackson Hayes off the bench that were complete efforts. And it was pretty good. Let's go to the individuals. If you take a look at the individuals, you'll see that Graham 25 points in 35 minutes. Shot pretty good from the field, 8 of 14, 5 of 9 from the charity stripe. Did a pretty good job of leading the squad, man, doing this thing. And with 25 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds for him. He was 4-4 from the charity stripe, 5 of 9 from downtown. 22 for Josh Big Hard in the matchup in 36 minutes. 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists in the matchup. 16 from Big V in 30 minutes. A lazy roll out the bed 16 points with 12 rebounds and 6 assists for Big V in the matchup, doing his thing. 14 from Temple in 29 minutes of action, 6-13 from the field. Didn't hit a three-pointer, but he hit all of his free throws, 14 points that he chunked in, 9 from Herb with 4 rebounds and a couple of assists, 2 blocks, and then 2 and 28 points, 31 points actually off the bench, but 2 14-point scores. NAW put up 14 points off the bench in 34 minutes of action, 14 from Jackson Hayes and 7 rebounds, as well as 17 minutes of action. And the Pelicans carried the day by taking the game and improving. So, and of course, we're going to look at them. And you mentioned Washington, who had 21 points to lead the effort for them. Karis LeVert had 19 as well. So it was scrappy. And then ultimately, the Pelicans were able to close it down and take the win against the Pacers.
No doubt, man. Excellent effort by none other than Devonte Graham, Josh Big Hard, JV. You know what I'm saying? Garrett Temple, too, man. The Sacred Temple of Doom, as you call him. Jackson Hayes also did his thing, bro. NAW chipped in, man. You just see a whole group effort, man. And I love when the Pels play like that, when you can have multiple guys in double figures. And you can ultimately just go ahead and execute and lead yourself to a victory. Low turnover type of game. You know, I can't say it enough about Devonte Graham, man. I was ecstatic with the game I saw from him. You know, he took 14 shots. 9 of those 14 were at the three-point line. But he got 5 of them inside. So anytime he starts to get inside and work that little inside-out game, I noticed, man, the defense is very confused. And they don't know how to deal with him when he does that, man. And I hope he can continue to mix it up that way, because he got 25 points, and you would think because B.I. was out that he took a whole gang of shots. He only took 14 shots. You know what I mean? So he needs to figure out how to incorporate that free throw line. Like I said, what we say, Q, he need to get to the line about 4 or 5 times, right? Change everything for him, man. So if he keep doing that, and we can get this guy averaging around 18 points, 5-6 assists, man, I'm telling you, we looking at a whole different Pels team. Obviously with B.I. out there and Josh Hart and Jonas, that they would be extremely dangerous. And then we got Zion, who possibly can come back at some time. He's on Instagram today, posting an old post of himself with the basketball coming up court. I don't know what that means, but I would take it as good news. Hopefully, maybe he's getting in shape. Maybe he's trying to tell y'all he coming. We don't know, but I don't see it as being something negative either way, because Zion hasn't been posting a lot, and he damn sure ain't been posting stuff like that. So probably could be some good signs on the horizon with that, man. But overall, great game by everybody. A little bit of an off game offensively for Herb. But other than that, everybody, our usual suspects showed up. Jose didn't get you a lot offensively, but you know what he do defensively. And the only person to me, Gary Clark, man. What do you think about him, Q? Because I don't know, man. I think if Trey starts to step up at some point, we pull off a trade. If Najee he's starting to look like his minutes will be able to be taken if he keeps kind of slumping like he's been doing. He's not athletic. He's slow-footed. So he's smart defensively, kind of in the right places, but he can't really hit them bunnies as far as the shots he's supposed to make like he had been doing. And he's just not giving you a whole lot.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, you seen Najee play, I think, simply because we were shorthanded, and he got an opportunity to get in there and get some minutes. Even Sato got some time. He got 19 minutes tonight. It ain't really do nothing. But really, truthfully, I think Coach Willy is going to be patient with Clark, to be honest with you, bro. And he does have them weird. He is slow-footed. He is a smart player.
He's an intelligent player, though.
He can't shoot.
I don't see him
he can
make
shoot
a
the
lot
ball
of
with his
dumb
mind
mistakes.
right. Nah, he shoot the ball when his mind right. So he's one of those those players that I think Coach Willy is going to give an opportunity to be able to get those minutes. So I'm not sure, but Najee offensively is not as consistent as you would want him to be. But then again, Clark I mean, how many shots he took tonight? I mean, it
He
wasn't
don't take a lot of shots.
right. He don't like that. You know, tonight he didn't take a bunch
But
of shots.
we're looking at the Indiana game. I mean, he took 4 shots. You know,
Yeah, see, he
he
don't.
hit none of them though.
Yeah, and in another game, he struggled in the matchup. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though, DC. It's like I think Coach Green is still going to be a little bit more patient with Green. I mean, with Clark than he is. But Najee defensively is there, but offensively he's hit or miss, and I think he's kind of bringing up the rear in terms of the bench. You know, him and Sato, and I think Sato's a trade candidate eventually. If they, when they finally do make a trade to move some people out there, he probably
And we're
might
gonna make a little mini trade. I don't think we're gonna do nothing big.
We'll see.
We definitely gonna get another piece, getting Sato out here and getting somebody we can use. But
Right.
we'll go ahead and ask a young blood question, Big Q, and then we could go ahead and move on to the next segment. DC, how would you increase Billy Hernangomez's minutes? Play Jackson Hayes more at the 4 and have Billy come in when Jonas is out? Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm sure Willie Green can probably come up with a better solution to that than myself, because I like a lot of his lineups. I know a lot of people complained about them in the beginning, but not so much now. They're working. So I'm sure they can figure out some type of way to implement him in, man, because if a guy can sit on a bench for that long, man, and then come in and just basically drop 30 points with very little, notice, you have to find a way to use him. And I'm saying even with Jackson Hayes, because Jackson Hayes has been playing amazing too, so, and we've had the 2 big lineups with him and Steven Adams and Jackson Hayes, and Stan Van Gundy kind of, opened Pandora's box with that last year. And I thought those lineups were effective. So yeah, Jackson Hayes can definitely play at the 4, or at center. But defensively, I definitely would want Hayes at the 4 because he's the more athletic one out of the 2. If he has to guard somebody faster, just makes a lot more sense. But offensively, they can both flip flop. Hayes, I think, even more so now than last year, seems to be a little bit more comfortable with the ball in his hands on the perimeter. He's starting to kind of come up with a little trick play, probably when watching a little Herb Jones with the fake ball faking and blowing by people. So I think it's something in the making, man. We can find a way to use and kind of maximize the most out of our roster, because it's clear that both of these guys deserve minutes if they can play at the level that they've been playing at.
I agree with that. I think Billy Hernangomez, you need to find him a place, man, in there off the bench. I mean, this guy, give him minutes, man, you get production out of Billy Hernangomez, and I think, the way Jackson is playing, there is definitely room for that. So we'll see. If anybody can figure it out, it'll be Coach Willie, man. He'll figure it out.
Right.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Hold on.
Wait, hold up.
That's what?
Hold up. This brother, I guess he asked a lot of questions. He said we just gonna skip all his questions.
What questions?
Let's give. I don't know, man, but let's give Sir Footlong. Let's give Sir Footlong at least one question, and then we can move on. I won't do him dirty. All right, what's he saying here? Sir Footlong. If Zion is the type of player to load manage 20 games, I guess a year, or 25 games a year moving forward, is that a win, or do you think he needs to try and play 70 games a year because he's so young? You could answer that one first, Q.
If his player to load management 20 games or year, or 25 games years moving forward, this is a win. 25 games a year?
No, he's saying if he manages.
Well, if you take 25,
or does he need to play 70 plus games a year?
Well, in the first year, him coming back off the injury, bro, they're gonna really have kid mitts on them on this one, bro. So they're gonna they're gonna kind of acclimate him into the system, but it's gonna be one of those situations where they're gonna have him on restricted minutes until because it's been several seasons of foolishness tied to his injury. So when he finally gets ready to go, if it's this season, this season, we'll see, because I'm anticipating Zion possibly missing this season, fam. I mean, as we looking at it, it's starting to look more and more like he won't be available for this season. They're just not going to tell us that. You know, they're going to say he's rehabbing or whatnot, but it's looking more and more to me that he might miss this season. I mean, because the once we get our people back, the Pelicans, like I said, I think they can reach the playoffs without Zion Williamson. You had a few extra trade piece to help out the bench and people in saying the point guard, a veteran point guard of some sort, or a guy we mentioned. We covered this before with Norman Powell and several other players during the
Another
possible trade.
versatile combo guard,
A scorer like a Powell or something like that. But it's looking more and more like he could possibly, they might just not play him this year and just allow him to rehab the season and bring him back the next year. I mean, we'll see how it all shakes, but it's so convoluted with the Pelicans, man, how they handle this. But, you know, I just don't think he's very close to coming back. I mean, you see all of this stuff here, and I don't think he's close, fam.
So you don't think that Instagram post mean nothing?
Man, I'm not looking right on at that, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. I just don't think he's coming back this year. That's the feeling that I'm getting, bro. I don't think he's coming back this year.
All right, and I'm more of a proponent to believe that it all depends on what a team is coming out of All-Star break. I think if we've secured that playing spot or done better than that, and it's like a real fire or a real push from the Pels going down the back end of the season, if Zion can play, I think he will, because it's something to play for. But if we're still kind of meddling around like the way we are now, the 11th seed or so, right there to kind of get the 10th spot, or we get it and then we fall out of it and all of this, I think they're just going to let the season play out like Big Q said, and he probably won't play till next year. But in the event, to answer your question, let's just say it is next year and we've moved on from everything we're dealing with now. I don't think low managing Zion would be that big of an issue, but I think it will more or less go just how the NBA is going. Like, we see teams when they get good leads on teams and they're up by 20 or whatever, and it's a third quarter, you know, Zion would be one of the first people obviously getting a break in those type of games, and they would try to keep him on the sideline. I think that would be another way to load manage, because obviously with the team we have now, if you add Zion to this team, I don't know if everybody realizes. I would think we do here in the flock, but I don't think everybody else realizes how good this damn team would be. So we would be in a new position of possibly blowing people out the water the way your Utahs and your Phoenixes and all of these teams do. And I believe a lot of those teams do that because they know if they go out there, ball out, and we get up big, then all my guys, I can just get them rest. Like when the Brooklyn Nets came in here, KD did get hurt, but y'all see how good they played even without KD. So KD came in the beginning of that game, got him up. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't need KD after that.
Nope.
You could do a similar thing with Zion when you have a good team and you got multiple pieces. You know, your star guy could come in, do what he does against, you know, average or below average teams, and they get rest on those nights. So if that can go like that, then I don't think we'll be talking about a whole bunch of games of game managing Zion. But ultimately, it'll be a situation where they just monitor him, and they would have to have, I guess, direct communication, have him be real honest about how he feels, because I don't know if he's going to be wanting to lie because he wants to play, but they're going to always be asking, hey, man, you sore here, you sore there, is this hurt or that hurt? If any little thing's wrong with him, he's going to get a rest night. So it could be very well pretty much like you're saying, these 20 or 25 games at the end of the year moving forward. But I think it's just going to be like a case-by-case basis and based off of how Zion is feeling, you know, and they'll go ahead and rest him in. And obviously, if you have him play a full season and we can play at the level we're playing now without him, yeah, you're going to rest him some games. But for the duration of his career, I don't think so. But while he going through all this injury stuff, that's probably exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it, because you have a player explosive as Zion is, and then, of course, you have all these injuries that happen to him over the course of time. So, you know, you just want to try to give him every opportunity that you can to get as healthy as he possibly can be. and the Pelicans make a trade, depending on what kind of trade they make here before the trade deadline, and get a player in, let's just use Norman Powell, for example. And we have our BI, we have our Big V, we have our Hurd, we have our Josh Hart, we have who else? The rest of we discovered Alvarado. We have all our other players. NAW's playing better. Jackson Hayes is playing better. We incorporate Billy Hernangomez some kind of way in that mixture, along with a acquisition like a Norman Powell. That should be enough to get the Pelicans into the playoffs. And if they can do that without Zion this year, that would allow Zion to kind of rehab into next season, and he'll come back, healthy and ready to go with this team. But we'll see how they all do it, fam. But I don't know. It just feels like to me, and we've been lied to, and how they've been handling this whole Zion Williams situation. I'm just sick of dealing with.
That's Oregon, Q, he might be right on.
That's why I said take
the Pelicans facility.
That's why I say I take Zion Williamson and put him on the shelf. That's my mentality going forward as a Pelican person. I put Zion on the shelf and focus on what the team is built around, which is this BI's team.
Right.
And when he's out there, man, you got, bro, listen, you have BI, you have Big V, you have Graham, you have Hart. You beat the hell out of the Sixers tonight. You didn't have none of those guys in this back-to-back affair, and I bench and give them all they can handle. So, like I said, we'll see how they handle it, but it's just so convoluted when it comes to how the Pelicans are doling out information. It's so convoluted, but it appears that like you would have a hope that he would be back after the All-Star break, but I don't know. It's just the weirdness of how everything is around Zion Williamson and him getting healthy. So I just take him and put him on the shelf and focus on the talent that's on the floor.
Right.
And that's what it is.
Cap, well, I ain't pointing out none of your questions because you asked the Saints question, bro. Like this the Pelicans post-game report. You want to talk Saints? The Saints gonna be popping what tomorrow, right?
At most of y'all. I'm sorry, fam. I ain't been looking at the most questions because listen, I'm doing a TSC Q&A live for the Patreon family members tonight. Tuesday, I don't usually, y'all know I don't usually do. I don't be on the big channel talking about the Saints on Tuesday. That's usually donated to the family members at Patreon and the YouTube membership family. That's when we do our Saints talk. I'm running a little late today, but I got one that we'll be doing tonight at 10:30. So it'll be a little late, but we'll be talking about some of the stuff that's going on with Coach Payton and all of the stuff, and I'll go into it and break it down and give my thoughts on it. I'm a lot of people surprised by it. I myself, I don't like how it went. We've been covering the Saints for years. They've been coming after our coach for years. People trying to get him to be a reporter. I mean, not a reporter, analyst. People have been trying to take Coach Payton from Dallas, try to do it, and all the other teams were interested in the snake and all this kind of stuff. But it's really, I'm just kind of, I'm not happy about how this all went because this was it. I'm not going to give a big spiel because it's the Pelican show, but I'm not happy about how it all went. To be honest with you, we deserve better than what the hell just happened. I mean, we deserve better than that. How it all went down. This is just what I'm saying. So anyway, I'll talk about it more on the other show. I play
this could be all part of Sean Payton's master plan. Movie coming out on the 28th. QB.
Man, oh my goodness. Don't let me go. I'm gonna talk about it on the show, fam, because this
he know how to set himself. I bet you that's gonna be one of the highest viewed movies on Netflix this weekend.
Oh man, let me tell you something, bro.
You know how to set himself up, boy.
That's you with that, DC. I'm
what
not
you
even
mean?
getting it.
All right. I'm just saying, just a side note.
You talk about the movie because
you don't think that's gonna bring more attention to that movie?
Well, I mean, it's not something that.
Quick question, brother. Just
no, I'm saying no. Listen, I hear where you're coming from on that because the timing is everything, right? Right. So I get what you're coming from on that, but I'm saying the other stuff around it, the little linguistics about what you. I'm just
I don't like to use the word retirement.
I'm not right. Retirement.
A movie about the coach. Sitting out of coaching for a year.
But you could step down in the organization and let an interim coach step up
He ain't
for you
coming
and
back,
then reclaim the position.
He ain't coming
See,
back, cuz.
see if you need time off, you could have done that. I'm gonna just give my thoughts on it because this whole thing, I didn't like how it played out.
All right,
and who that
let's
nation
move
deserved a
on,
lot
bro.
better.
Because we'd be to turn this into the
Yeah, because it's going to
the
family
sports
members.
coma.
Because Tasha, I just seen Tasha say I'm ready for the rant. So I mean,
You make me feel bad. I ain't answer Cap question now. I told him
I'm
this
sorry.
Pelican post game report.
Family, I'm sorry. I have not been. Like I said, I've been,
It's been a lot,
doing
bro.
coverage. It's been a lot spinning today. A lot of stuff going on with the Coach Payton stuff. I got that. And I was like, man, this is so wrong how this whole situation was handled because the Who Dat Nation deserve a lot better than how it went down. We deserve a lot better.
Sean Payton said he love us though, bro. So we gotta watch it all play out.
Yeah, we know how.
If he go to another team, I just want to be blessed, man. Let's get us 2 draft picks. I don't care where the hell they go. If you get 2 first round picks.
All right, DC, enough of that because you're starting to allude over there. Let's get to the next thing. New Orleans Pelicans Jackson Hayes charged with domestic violence battery against police officer in connection with the July arrest. Now, remember, family, we covered this story.
Charged with domestic violence.
We covered this story. Y'all know this was a while ago. We covered it. We played the entire video on the show. Remember that? We had some analysis. The family members talked about it. It was a pretty good show. And let's get into the article right here from ESPN's Andrew Lopez covering for the Pelicans. Pelican Center. Jackson Hayes is formally charged with domestic violence, resisting arrest and battery against a police officer stemming from his arrest last summer in Los Angeles. Court records show Hayes was charged with 12 misdemeanor counts in total, including 3 counts of inflicting corporal injury to a spouse, 2 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of battery against an officer. See, they hit him when inflicting corporal injury to a spouse, 2 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of battery against an officer, 1 count of false imprisonment, 3 counts of vandalism, 1 count of aggravated trespassing, and 1 count of resisting arrest. Now, Hayes, who's 21, was charged on January the 20th, according to court records, and arraigned on Monday morning. And they say, quote, since the charges were filed, the Pelicans have worked in conjunction with the NBA on the matter and will continue to do so forward, end quote. The team said in a statement. Hayes was arrested in the early morning hours of July the 28th, 2021, after Los Angeles police officers were called to the house of then-girlfriend. At the time, LAPD said Hayes met officers in the front of the residence. When officers informed Hayes they needed to speak with someone inside their residence, he tried to prevent them from entering, police said. The video released from the incident shows police officers using the taser on Hayes to subdue him during the struggle. LAPD, the PD's Force Investigation Division, was also looking into the case because of the force used against Hayes during the arrest. Officers were shown on the camera applying force to Hayes' neck. Hayes has played 33 games this season for the Pelicans and is averaging almost 7 points a game and 3.4 rebounds a game. So there you go, DC. This is a lot of counts of misdemeanor counts. 3 counts of inflicting corporal.
Name must be Missy Elliott, huh?
Boy, 3 counts of inflicting corporal injury to a spouse, 2 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of battery against an officer, 1 count of false imprisonment. False imprisonment? 1 count of false imprisonment. False imprisonment of who?
What the hell is that?
Isn't that what they do to you?
He was holding this girl. He was holding this girl hostage. You know?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it applies. And 3 counts of vandalism, 1 count of aggravated trespassing, and 1 count of resisting arrest.
Aggravated trespass,
inflicting corporal injury to his spouse, and 2 counts of domestic battery, man.
Bruh, and there must be a lot of details to the story I'm missing. Well, I thought it was it his house?
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, he on it, boy. They try to treat him like he Tukey Williams, huh?
Yeah,
bro, that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. False imprisonment, vandalism.
Listen,
Q, wait, hold up. Who property? Maybe I thought it was Jackson Hayes' house. This wasn't his house.
I want to say it's his residence. They said in the report that it's his residence.
With vandalism at my own house.
How you get criminal trespass at your own residence? I mean, listen, the things that, because we heard some of this before, but the ones that I'm spotlighting are the ones I didn't hear about, which was the corporal.
What's the difference between, you said corporal, what was it, corporal assault or
It says
corporal punishment?
inflicting corporal injury to a
Corporal
spouse.
injury.
2 counts of he had, including 3 counts of that, inflicting corporal injury to a spouse, 2 counts of domestic battery. So they was hitting them with the battery thing.
How
Remember,
I
she
get 2
wasn't
counts of
participating.
domestic battery though?
Bro, listen, I'm just telling you the article.
I know,
A
man.
lot
It's
of it
just,
don't make
it's
sense.
just
to
not
me.
making sense. Like how
It's not
he's
making
getting
sense to
double
me
and
either.
triple charges.
It's not making sense
Just
to
the
me.
fact you got a vandalism charge at the house where you stay at and a trespassing charge, to me is fishy as hell. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean?
I got you.
I guess they figure if they throw enough charges at him, eventually one of them will stick. Hopefully, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. The stuff that you were saying about the lady, man, it's the first time I've heard about this, with inflicting corporal injury to the spouse, 2 counts of domestic battery. They hitting them with domestic battery. The injury to his spouse, the count, and then of course 1 count of battery. I knew about the one against the officer. The 1 count of false imprisonment, didn't hear about that one. 3 counts of vandalism. I knew they probably were going to use that. And then aggravated trespassing, and I knew they were going to use the resisting arrest. So we'll see. It's all misdemeanors. So I don't know how that are all shaking in, man. At the same time, it's kind of, we'll see, fam. But this is what happened with Jackson Hayes here as well. All right, Brother George says, Patreon, the Q really? Everybody want access. It just, bro, that just happened to happen. This happened on Tuesday. And Patreon
this is what happens every Tuesday.
Yeah, Patreon happens every Tuesday. I don't usually do Saint content on Tuesday. It's always been a Patreon thing for me for a while now. And that's just how it is. It's not like, okay, you gotta, whatever. And then the truth be told, the last show we did was a full access show. I do usually do 2 of those a year, or 2 access shows, just to let people know about the TSC Q&A, just to give a little insight. And we did that, like, I think it was the last Tuesday that we did a full access show. And then the next one won't be until later on in the year. We do like 2 a year, 1 early, 1 late. But yeah, Patreon is always, Tuesdays has always been Patreon. If you're a YouTube member, then you'll get access to the show where you can pick it up the day. And of course, we'll do a Wednesday stream as well. But yeah, I'm gonna be on Patreon doing the thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then we'll cover it today, and like I said,
Big Q,
how do you get on Patreon? Oh, what's up, B Thomas? What's up, Brother Thomas? How you doing? All you have to do, I think there's a link in the description section, bro. It's as simple as that, where you just hit the link and then you can be able to get on there. Let me make sure. If not, let me just post the link there for people that might be interested in supporting the platform there. But yeah, that's been what I've been doing for a while right now. So give me a second, fam. Let me see if I can drop a link there. If got no Kev and the rest family members are there. If not, let me see if I can find that right here. Maybe I can post the link to the Patreon. Or you can go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. I'll put it in the description section for the family members so they can peep it. But yeah, I'll be on there. We about to close this stream down, and I'll pop up there and we'll go over it. The Peyton stuff, and we'll play Coach Peyton's retirement press conference, as they're calling it, from New Orleans Saints, as they calling the retirement, even though
he said don't use that word.
He's not indicating that it's retirement, even though he's stepping down from the Saints. And of course, like I've been saying, they've been attacking. They've been going at Coach Peyton's, trying to get Coach Peyton away from this team for years. We've covered several articles on it. I didn't like how this all played out. It was all very wrong how this all played out, and it should have been handled a lot better than how it was handled. Where you just it was just done like that. We deserve a lot better than that. How it was all handled, it was wrong how that shit was handled, because we basically, and I ain't gonna get too much in it, but we basically gave these people everything. We laid it out there for them, and anybody can step away and retire if they want to. That's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, fam, it's ways of doing stuff, fam. It's ways of doing stuff, and I just didn't like how it was handled. But anyway, hold on, fam. Give me a second. Let me give you the link there. Let me put it in the chat for the family members. There you go. Thank you, Devin. There you go. It's that's all you do is just go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. Patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. And then they got several donations tiers. Not very expensive for the Patreon, but the Patreon helps to support and build a platform so we can keep coming out with content and we continue to grow.
Right.
Yeah, so it is what it is, fam. But yeah, thank you for posting that, family. Thank y'all for doing that. Trey says you can't become a member on mobile, but if you go to patreon.com, I think it is on mobile. You can do it on Patreon. You can't do it on YouTube. I don't think YouTube you can do it on YouTube. I think that's how I go, family. You got to be on your computer to sign up for a membership through YouTube, or if you can't do that, just simply go to Patreon and do it from there. And plus you get access to all the lock shows through Patreon and other content through Patreon, like our new show, which is on Q with Big Q, TSC Unleashed. I'm supposed to be doing those starting that this weekend, and I'm getting some stuff reworked. I'm getting some graphic stuff reworked, so I'm kind of pushing some stuff back, getting some graphic work and all this kind of old stuff done moving forward. So I've got a few things in the pipe that I'm operating on right now, so just be a little bit patient with me, fam. All right, okay, Tasha said it's in the description section, so that makes these easy for the family members. Just go to the description section, family. You can find it there as well. All right, so DC, that'll do it for the stream. First of all, bro, yes, the Pelicans lose tonight, but win yesterday, so they 1-1 of the last two games. Let's preview the next upcoming matchup for the Pelicans, bro. I think
the next two upcoming matchup.
Yeah, I know this is ridiculous, man.
We got two, Q. We can't just preview one team. We got to preview two.
No, we got to do one team right now, DC, because the next one, bro, is it's actually on the 28th. So we got the 28th. So we got a couple of days.
The 28th?
The 28th is the next one against the Nuggets, bro.
Man, that's when Sean Payton movie come on.
I said, bro, could you cut it out, bro? I don't think I'm really not interested in watching. Not because
I might not be able to watch the Pels game. Q, I might have to go check that movie out, bro.
Bro, I think that's a
find
Netflix
me some
movie, bro.
hidden clues, bro.
You can hidden clues. What you gonna find? What you gonna find in the Peyton movie, bro? It's not
the team called the little Warriors. Q, they wearing white and blue uniforms. Q.
Oh my, here this dude go. All right, so next matchup is going to be on the 28th. That's a few days from now, family. We'll be in the Smoothie King Center. The Pelicans are 11-11 at home. How about that? 18-29 overall. The Denver Nuggets are 25-21. They're also 500 on the road, 12-12.
What's up, DJ?
Nikolai Jokic is 26.1 a game, and he's just terrific. 57.3 on this field goal percentage. He also is leading the team in rebounds and assists. The man is everything to these people. 26.1, 14 rebounds a game with 7.6 on assists. This man averaging 7.6 assists, and Jokic is just terrific. BI is our top dude, 22.4 on 44.3 shooting from the field. Big V is the top rebounder with 12 flat, and BI is our top assist man at 5.2. Now they're saying Jamal Murray is out. We'll see for that game. Day-to-day is Will Barton, who's a Pelican killer. And, of course, you look at the Pelicans people, Didi Luzada, B.I., Graham, and Hart, all listed. But I'm pretty sure those guys will be available for that Nuggets matchup in the Smoothie King Center. Of course, the Pelicans coming off a loss today to Philadelphia. We would have smoked them fools if we'd had at least half of our starters. But the reality is it is what it is. DC, let's preview the Nuggets matchup on the 28th, bro.
Man, it's pretty much going to be a simple repeat of what we had against Philly, honestly, man. I mean, when you look at the Nuggets, it's kind of a similar concept, right? I mean, Philly without Ben Simmons.
By the way, DC, they beat the Pistons in back-to-back matchups. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They have a game on the 26th against the Nets, which would be a difficult game for them.
Okay.
So, that's a little talk about this stuff.
So that's a little nugget, huh?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got the next best big, in the game, or you could say the best big in the game, depending on your interpretation of those two guys following Joel Embiid. You get the get the Joker. And you've seen what he did us last time, man. We had no answer for the Joker. You know, as so many times we played him, he's given us problems, and I don't think it's going to be any different. So this isn't going to be an easy game, which I don't think anybody's expecting it to be. But the Denver Nuggets aren't exactly the Denver Nuggets of last year. Murray's out. He's been out for some time, but Monte Morris is also a good point guard in his own right. Will Barton, we got to see if he plays, but leaning on Pelicans' faith and, you know, the way things pretty much go for us, I'm going to count him in. Everybody seems to get healthy when they play the Pelicans. I don't know. I guess the aura of Aaron Nelson rubs off on them as soon as they get off their team bus. So Will Barton will definitely suit up probably, and he comes in and always has a pretty good game against us. You know, usually gives us about 20 points or so. So we're gonna have our work cut out, man. Aaron Gordon is another guy that plays pretty decent defense. So this is gonna be a game, man. This is gonna be a game. Obviously, as usual, without Zion, a lot of this is gonna depend on is BI coming back. You know, obviously we're gonna have JV. If we have JV and Devonte Graham, that definitely gives us a chance. But if you got BI coming back, that adds another dynamic to this, to where we can probably walk away with a victory. But ultimately, it's going to come down to how do we handle the Joker, which is not a simple answer. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, the Joker is probably the most powerful card in the deck. So if they play their cards right with that, on how we handle that, we can definitely come out with a victory on this. But it's no simple answer on how you handle the Joker, because, okay, you want to neutralize his scoring. Well, he's probably the best passing big man that we've seen up to this point in NBA history. Maybe you could come up with a few other names of either Sabonis. I don't know who else, what other names you want to throw out there other than that guy. Unless you're going to talk about guys that were just tall as hell playing point guard like Magic Johnson. But if you stop him from scoring, now you got to stop the other people, or you can let him score, try to cut off the other people. So you kind of pick your poison. You've seen Willie Green address that last time, and what we chose to do seemed to not work. You know what I mean? So we decided to, I guess, kind of let him score at one point and kind of stop the other guys. That didn't work. We decided to stop the other guys. Stop him and let the other guys go, and they ate us up. So we got our work cut out for us. 2 games against the Pistons, they ain't nothing to write home about. Q, they supposed to beat the Pistons. It's the Denver Nuggets. But looking at their record, they are 26-21, so they are definitely beatable. So we just got to come in there healthy, man. That gives us our best shot to be able to beat the Nuggets and not allow the Joker go for 42 like Embiid did tonight on us.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, man. The Joker leads all of their major statistical categories, man. He is the straw that stirs their drink over there in Denver. And yes, you do have some pretty interesting pieces that Denver added. Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins is there over there yet. After the Bucks got rid of him, the Nuggets picked him up as a backup option. And they did pick up Brian Forbes as well. That helps him off the bench there.
Your favorite guy, Austin Rivers, huh?
Yeah, no, I don't like Austin Rivers, but I do like Monte Morris. I think he's a terrific talent, and we'll see about Will Barton. But yeah, this is intriguing, a team, well-coached team too, and always a tough matchup for the Pelicans. We got to get this one, man, in the Smoothie King Center. We play really well there, and we should have all of our big dogs back ready for action.
Well,
so,
rest.
That's right.
Mo, what up, baby?
So big ups to the rest of the fam. I appreciate y'all being here. Please feel free to hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button and join the flock.
Don't we got one more back-to-back to cover, Q?
Well, no, we don't. We're gonna deal with one at a time.
I thought we was going back to back like Drake, huh?
No, sir. We're not. Because first of all, I mean, this matchup against the Nuggets is on the 28th, which is a couple of days. Yeah. And of course, you get a couple of days rest right there, and then of course, and we talked about the schedule that the Pelicans have. It's not nothing. It's not going to be this January schedule was a grueling schedule for them. Period. So it started off, and then it's just going to keep running. We know when they threw Philly in there, it was going to be a tough matchup. a tough piece of the schedule there. Overall, if Philly game wasn't in there, DC wouldn't be as busy.
No,
But
it
as you can
would
see,
have definitely. They could have definitely stretched that out for us and gave us the Philly game on Wednesday. I mean,
they
to
didn't
make
wanna
us
work with
fly back after we had pretty much not the latest game you could have, but I mean, we started playing at like 7:30, and then we got to fly and be ready for 6 like the next day. That's kind of crazy.
you. Mhm.
You know,
Right.
That's asking a lot of guys. Josh Hart got hurt that night. Devonte Graham's battling an
They
injury.
could have moved
know,
that shit to Wednesday. Is what they
and
could have
that's-
did. They could have
but-
put it
but-
on Wednesday, and
but
that
Philly
still gave us
plays-
a break between the
Philly
Friday matchup in
plays-
Denver.
Philly plays on TNT. They play the Lakers on Thursday. So I guess they want their product to be pretty fresh against the Lakers on national television. So I know we took the brunt of that, but that makes the most logical sense and what that was really about, other than them just having an agenda to shit on us. I think we're usually casualties of war, and I don't really think they give a damn about us. So, who
Not
do they
till you
care
get
more
Zion
about?
back.
Philly,
Not till you get Zion back. You're not.
they done snatched all our national TV games. Every time we got one coming up, the Pelicans have been moved.
Yep, you're not going. Then you're not must see TV to the NBA.
And they talk about us like trash. You would think the Pelicans only won 5 games this year. The way they talk about us.
That's you know what, and that's the bad news. The good news is that January is almost over with. So we got 3 games left this month. That's against Denver. Then the Boston, we get a little revenge against them. We get the Denver matchup.
Definitely win that game.
And then, of course, the final matchup is this next Monday, January 31st at Cleveland. So we have that. And, of course, then you go back February the 1st, the next day at Detroit. So, and then the 4th at Denver. Then the competition is not as stiff in the start of the month off in February. Cleveland, Detroit, Denver, Houston, Miami. You got the Spurs in there with Toronto, Memphis, and then Dallas. But it's not as grueling as January's schedule was. So the Pelicans have survived with 3 games left the month of January. Very tough schedule, man, but we are almost through it. So, hey, man, it is what it is. So with that being said, fam, we're going to end the stream on that. I'd like to thank all of you guys for joining in with this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. It was a slam-packed, jam-packed show. We had to do 2 recaps in this thing and the preview, of course, the Jackson Hayes news. I'd like to thank you guys personally being here. Please hit the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, please feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed for Pelican Nation. And also hit the notification as well, as we will be returning to this piece in a few days on the 28th to recap the show and then get back on schedule. We've been kind of off schedule lately. We have some stuff that we've been doing that's been very busy, but we're going to get back on our consistent, persistent ways of doing things. So with that being said,
before we check out, quick question, Q, you give the family the rundown on how we're going to handle these shows on these back-to-backs, as well as I know we've been missing
That's not a question.
We've been missing some days.
Where's
for the family to be able to come in and comment on Fridays.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it's not a show on Friday, it'll usually be one on Saturday. We missed, I think it was, we were supposed to do one last Friday. It was a scheduling conflict, a lot of stuff going on. But we're going to get back to our.
I'll bite the bullet on that when I was out of town, yo. So I'll take the L for that one.
You're going to bite the bullet.
You heard me, Bruce Leroy, baby.
Captain Jamaica.
Sure enough.
Remember that picture that guy you seen online? It was a Jamaican Iron Man. Remember that?
No, I don't.
The Iron they sent you.
Why are you trying to like open your shirt like Superman, but you're talking about Iron Man? You ain't make no goddamn sense.
I'm saying, remember the Jamaican superhero?
I don't remember that shit.
Man, this guy here, man. Anyway, with that being said, family, that's going to be end of the show. I appreciate you. Be looking out for Captain Jamaica on Marvel soon. That's DC.
All right, Q Martin Luther King.
All right, so with that being said, I'll let y'all later. Much love to the fam. Thank y'all, man. We're going to go to our Patreon. We're going to do Patreon Tuesday. We're going to do the show just for the family members that are looking out for that. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace and go Pels.
The Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.